Hi gang, it's Kathy Stevens here for Wellness Wednesday and the 60 Up program. So this week my video froze, so this is a redo. My wellness tip was 60 every 60. What do I mean by that? We want to try to fight sitter's disease. That's sitting around too long, which we know is very unhealthful, that it can lead to certain diseases, cardiovascular disease, obesity, diabetes. So we need to get up more during the day, especially if we're sitting in front of a computer or TV screen. So 60 every 60, what does that mean? Every 60 minutes, you're gonna 60 up. You're gonna get up out of your chair or off the couch and you're gonna do 60 seconds of some activity. It can be something simple like a leg lift or a squat or a wall push-up, or even just stretching or moving or rhythmic limbering, anything you want to do, but for 60 seconds every 60 minutes. That's my wellness tip today. Now it's time to get on to the 60 Up workout. So today we're going to use that 60-second theory, and I'll be timing some of the moves so that you'll get a sense of what 60 seconds feels like if you've never timed yourself. We're going to start now with a little bit of music. I'm going to duplicate that workout that we did live on Wednesday. Here we go. As always, remember to have some water nearby for our water breaks, and to also have a towel in case you get a little bit sweaty and you need to wipe off your hands or your board. All right, guys, let's start off with a nice warm-up, and then we'll get right into the workout. Now, the warm-up is so important. I'm just bending a knee and letting the heel come up on the leg that's bending, because it gets that blood circulating, it warms up those muscles and joints. It also mentally gets you ready. So we're gonna do a little bit of circulation, mobility, and then get right onto the platform. Here we go. One knee is bending, one heel is lifting. Think about your posture while we're standing here warming up. Head over shoulders, shoulders squared off, level, and down, right over the hips. Those are the upper body points you want to keep in mind. Chin parallel to the floor. Now let's take this a little wider, and instead of just bending the knee, let's lunge a little to the side. And I want you to feel the shift of weight as it goes from the knee down to the heel. And allow your board to rock with you now. And as we're doing this, pay attention to those hard stops as you get that board all the way leaning over. That's those safety stops so that you know you're never going to rock too far. Get a feel for it. That's it. Warming up the lower body. Engaging or keeping the abdominals braced slightly. Good posture. Here we go. 4 more. 4 and 3. Last 2. 1 more, and bring it to the center. Now walk those feet in, and we're going to start our tapping actions. Heel tap on the lid, heel and down, right to the side of that red line, which is right behind the 1 spot or the 1 marker on your board. Now let's do the same thing but with the toes. As you're lifting that leg, feel how you have to shift a little bit through your core to maintain your balance. Toe tapping on the 1. Feel free to look down occasionally so you can get a better idea in your mind's eye of where those numbers are. A better kinesthetic awareness, we call that, for the movement. 2 more. All right, now feet on the floor, heel drops. All I want you to do is let your heels pound a little bit down into the ground. Good. As you're doing this, go back and think about those posture points. Head over shoulders, shoulders level and pulled back and down, squared off over the hips, knees in the direction of the toes. Good. Now from here, we're just gonna fold the hips. I call this a hip hinge, allowing a stretching action down the back of those legs and then roll through the spine back up to standing. Again, hip hinge. Let me show you this from the side position. Here we go. Folding and rolling. This is a great limbering and stretching exercise for the back side of your body, hamstrings and spine. Good. Couple more times, flat back. You can have a little bend in your knee if you like. One more time. All the way up, standing nice and tall. Let's just shrug those shoulders now. Roll them down and back. Warming up that shoulder girdle. Excellent. Head high, chin parallel to the floor. Get that blood flow going. Now one arm up and over, stretching out the sides of the body, and then the other arm. Still maintaining the other hand to the pole so you feel safe and secure with your balance. Nice. I can feel this all the way down the side of my body towards the hip. 2 more times. Last one. Bring it back to the center. And let's just do a nice little pedaling move with our feet. Heels up, heels down. A little bit quicker tempo if you're comfortable. You can take it and let the feet come off the floor a bit, pumping up that heart rate just slightly. Get that blood flow, that body warmth. Good job. Keep going. Wiggle your fingers every once in a while to make sure you're not over gripping. In 4, 3, 2, now tap again. 1 and 1. Tap, tap. Now this next time I want you to lift the leg a little bit higher as you go to tap. So here we go. It's going to slow it down. Up and over, up and down. Notice how you have to balance as you slow that down and how you have to really engage those hip muscles as you lift. Imagine you're lifting up over an obstacle, maybe to get into the bathtub. I know Dan likes to use that analogy. It's a great one. 2 more. Keep that posture tall. Nice. Let's try this from the side position. Turn to the side. Now you can still be looking at me. And we're just going to ease. I like to march lightly in between if you can keep some movement going, since it is the warm-up. So we're going to try tapping the board from this position. Here we go. Ready? Tap. Nice. Tap. I want you to tap a little further, more towards the 3, so you can see how that board bottoms out. Now let's add that slow lift. Up, over, up, down, up, over. Now this feels a lot more like when you're getting in the bathtub, right? 1 more. Posture tall, and then turn it around. Shuffle walk. Grab the other pole. Line up your body. I like this position because you can see how my head is plumb lined over my shoulders and over my hips. And it stays that way. Tap up. Here we go. Tap. Tap. Good. Feel free to look down if you need to. Tap a little forward. Feel how you bottom up that board or bottom out that board. And now let's get that leg over the tub. Up, over, up, back. Nice. Keep that head high, chin parallel to floor. Excellent. Let's get in and out 1 more time. And then bring it back to the front. And let's pedal those heels up and down again. Really nice. Body should be feeling warm. We're going to start now to add a little more pressure with the foot, and we're going to step up into a lunge and then push back. Other leg. Good. We're going to repeat this, alternating legs. And I want you to focus a little bit more on what's happening as that foot contacts the board. You feel the weight of your body come forward, but not too far forward. You want to keep your chest behind those poles. You feel your muscles catching your weight and then powering you back so that you don't fall through. Same thing in life. You want to be able to catch your weight and push yourself back. There you go. Now let's even take this another step further. Let's try to hit with the heel before the toe. Heel, then toe. Good. Heel, then toe. That's it. Now here's where you have to have a little more ankle mobility. So if you're having trouble hitting with that heel first, I'll show you some good stretches for this later. Here we go. Heel toe. Still feeling that weight descending onto that platform and pushing away. Feel the power and the strength you have in those legs. Let's do 4 more. Good. Let's do 3. Last 2. 1 more. All right, bring it back. I like a little heel drop in between. It kind of resets the brain. And it also, a soft tapping of your heels on the floor stimulates your bones in a good way. All right. Okay, now let's do our basic step. So we're gonna step up with the right, up with the left, down with the right, down with the left. Now, you wanna come at about 1 and 1. So feel free to look down at your numbers on your board. The 1 is on the inside of those narrow holes. And take your time. You can go slower than I am. At first, your brain just has to catch the rhythm of it. Up, up, down, down. Right, left, right, left. Now, this movement is like climbing stairs. These stairs are rocking a little bit. Try to see if when you're coming on 1 and 1, you can minimize the rock. Good. Creeping up, stabilizing and coming back down. Excellent. You might start to feel your heart rate and your respiratory response elevate a little bit. So you might find yourself breathing a little heavier, which is a good thing. That's what cardio is all about. Getting that system to demand more oxygen. Good job. Keep going. Up, 2, down. Now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to go on 2 and 2. So see where the 2 is. Look down at first, and then also notice, we're still going slow. Notice how when you get to 2, you're bottoming out on purpose. So you're bottoming out right, you're bottoming out left, and then you're coming back down. We sometimes call this a V step. The wider it gets, so go out towards 3 if your legs are long enough for that and you're comfortable with it. The wider it gets, the more it starts to look like you're drawing the letter V, as in victory, on the floor. Nice. Feel free to go a little slower if you need to. But start to feel that sensation of elevated cardio response, cardio exercise. Nice, rock. Let's come back in towards the 2. Good. And then let's bring it into the 1. As you get to the 1, notice you don't need to rock that board as much. Let's do 2 more. Let's do 1 more. And then let's stay on the ground and heel drop. Little taps with your heels to the floor. As you're doing this, realign your posture. Chin parallel to the ground, sternum lifted, and zip up your pelvic floor a little. That makes this a nice reactive exercise for those deep pelvic floor and abdominal muscles. Good. All right, let's start our march, but left, right, left, right. So when we do something on the right, I always like to counterbalance our brain and do the same thing on the left. Cardio, here we go. Basic, up, basic, down, basic, up. So now I talked about doing things in 60-second intervals. Here comes our first one. Let's do basic stepping for 60 seconds. Left, right, good. Now go to the 2s, out. Remember, you have to be ready to react. You're gonna let that bottom out. Good job. Up, 2, down. Head high. Every once in a while, wiggle those fingers. Good. Again, a little wider if you feel okay with that. Now, the reason I keep saying okay with that is because if you're a little bit shorter limbed, then maybe 3 is just too wide. So stay at about a 2 or 2.5. Let's bring it back to 2s as we round out this minute. And then let's bring it back to 1. We've got 10 more seconds. Good. Remember with the 1 to try to rock less. Up, up. 2 more times. Last one. All right, on the floor, heel drops. Here we go, up and down. There was a nice minute there for you. All right. So now we're going to do a strength move because I'm kind of creating a little strength cardio circuit for you today. So I want you to take your right foot up onto that red line, right in the middle. Lift your back heel off the ground. Okay, so you're balancing, steady it up, and then give me about a 2-inch bend of both knees, and then straighten. Now, if this gets a little too difficult, feel free to reduce the range of that knee bending action. Make sure it feels comfortable on both knees. You might need to wiggle that back foot a little further away if you feel like you don't have much range. You just can't get anywhere with this. Remember now, we're going for the minute. That's it. Now this is a loading exercise meant to strengthen those thigh and hip muscles. So important for getting up and down off the ground. There we go. Keep going. Whew, take some deep breaths and feel free to stop and take your own personal break anytime you need to. Chin and chest lifted. Almost. You got it. Let's do 4 more. 4. You should start feeling some fatigue building in those leg muscles. 3, 2. Last one. Bring it back down with the heel first. Heel comes down to the floor. Then kind of scoot that leg a little closer so you're not so such a big stride of your legs. And then from here, we're just going to balance. Hold. So we're combining a few things here. Cardio, strength, and balance. Now we're going to try to hang on to this, but know you can always tap that foot down if you get a little too tired. Try to keep that board steady. Wiggle your fingers every once in a while. And then if you want to challenge yourself just a bit more, steady that board and then push out and into the front with that lifted leg. Now again, I always give options. Why? Because some of you out there are saying, I want more. Some of you are saying, woo, slow it down. I just started on this board. So remember, the starter position would be here, just trying to balance. Intermediate position and advanced position. We got 2 more. We got 1 more second. And then we're going to step down. And I want you to remember which leg was up. Okay? Ease it out. Here we go. Heel drops. So that was a nice little threesome there. I call that the 3, 2, 1. We did our cardio, we did our strength, and we did our balance. All right. Now you're thinking I'm forgetting the other leg. Well, I'm not. Here we go. Let's step that other leg up, put it right in the middle. Lift that back heel and slide it to where you're comfortable when you bend both knees. Sometimes this is just something you have to try. You know, there's no right or wrong. Sometimes you just have to try it out to see how it feels to the back knee, to the front knee. You always want to make sure that you're able to bend both knees comfortably. And you can always minimize the bend, as I said, if you feel that you've gotten a little too far down there and it's bothering you at the kneecap or the knee joint. Good. Feel that strength building in those legs. See, if you have to get down off the floor or down to the floor, up off the floor, you've got to be able to use these muscles from this split stance. 4 more. Pull that strength through the thighs. 3, breathe. 2, last one. All right, take that back leg, slide it up to the balance point. Reposition yourself, feel what you need to feel to keep that board stable in the center. And then if you want to make it a little harder, lift it up. And if you want to make it even harder or more difficult, add some movement with that lifted leg. Good job. Breathe, everybody. How about your posture? How's it looking? Chin parallel to the floor, think about it. Mind's eye, shoulders level, hips level. Looks great, keep it going. 4 more. 3, almost there. Last 2. 1 more. And then let's go ahead and step off. Ooh, give me a little heel drop. Tighten up, pelvic floor lifted, shoulders back and down. Posture and alignment is always key no matter what you're doing, whether you're seated, whether you're standing, whether you're moving. You always want to keep that idea of head over shoulders, shoulders over hips, and everything kind of engaged or pulled tight around the core. That's great. Okay, time to step on up. So let's step up onto the 60 up at about a 2 and a 2, okay? Now I want you to rock to side. Warm your body up a little bit for that rocking action. Good. Chin up. That's it. Now notice where the body is rocking. Do you feel it through your feet and ankles? Possibly. How about a little bit at your knees as you shift and bend one a little more than the other? Probably. And how about if we even sink a little bit into the hip? So you activate those higher thigh and hip muscles. And you're going to feel a lot more dynamic shift going on. Good job. All right, now we're going to pick up the pace. A little faster rock. Push and pull. Here's where you have to start, from the feet. Push, push. Feel the toe, the big toe, the side of the ankle, the knees, the hips. All right, here we go for a minute. Go. Knees are bent slightly, chest is lifted. Wiggle your fingers, don't overgrip. Now do me a favor and actually push your hands against the outside of those hand grips and feel a little more engagement in the chest and shoulders. So when I say engagement, I kind of always mean contraction or action, a little tightening sensation. Push, push, push. Nice. Get that rhythm in your head, because you got to figure out, when am I pushing? When am I pulling? Well, you're pushing, 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 pushing. Heel and palm. Almost. In 4, 3, 2, 1, and slow it down. Go back to the slow. Now, for those of you that felt more comfortable with this slow pace the whole time, that's fine too. Go at the rates that feel right for you. There's always tomorrow to get a little more aggressive. Nice. All right. Here we go. To the center. Stabilize. Find the center of the board. All right, here comes our strengthening move for the legs. Second move is a squat. But in this squat, I want you to imagine that behind you is a bar stool, counter height stool. And you're just gonna tap your hips back on it, the imaginary bar stool. Feeling that strength to your legs. This is so important to maintain that ability to get in and out of a chair, feeling good, feeling strong. Sit back. Nice. Feel how your weight goes a little bit back into the heels of your feet, and then as you come up, it rolls towards the balls or toes of the feet. Ooh, try to keep that center balance. I know that's hard. We're almost there. You want to feel that power coming from the thighs and the glutes or the buttocks muscles. Keep that spine in good alignment even though it's leaning forward. 2 more. Last one. All right, now we're going to take this and we're going to lean and balance, hold, lean and balance, hold. So here comes that 3rd minute of my circuit. We went from cardio to strength focus to balance focus. Now my feet, every once in a while I need to look down to make sure I'm staying behind the number. I'm working on the 2 right now on each side. Now we're gonna increase the balance by holding longer. So hold, 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 drop. Step, hold, 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 and drop. 2 more like that. Step and hold. Keep that chest up. 1 more time. Step and hold. Beautiful. All right. And then from here, step off. You're bottomed out already, so it's a good time to step off. All right, let's walk it around a little bit. It's time to get a water break. You guys have been working so hard, so great. Reward yourself with a nice sip or 2 of water, okay? All right. So we've gotten ourselves through several circuits and we're ready now to come back to the board. Straighten out your board in case it's moved around, and let's start again with those easy knee bends. Good job, everybody. Now this time, I'd like to do a little combo floor and top action, okay? So top, I mean when I'm on top of that board. So on the floor, just give me your best shuffle. For some of you, it might be more of a run. And if you're comfortable doing this without holding, feel free to do this. Run it up, or shuffle, or march. Pick your own pace for a minute. It is a minute. Good. In place. Chin up, chest up. Feel that cardio elevate. What does that feel like? You just feel the need to breathe a little more without being breathless. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being breathless, about a 6. All right? Pump those arms, pump those arms. We're almost there. Beautiful. Excellent pace. Lift those knees. Up, down, 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, from here, we're gonna go into our strength move, okay? From the floor, I want you to lean in, lift the right leg back, engage the muscles. Feel how your arms and chest and shoulders are engaging, and then we're just gonna bend that one knee and push the foot to the floor. Bend and lean, push back. So let me turn to the side so I make sure you've got this. So you're bending the knee and leaning, but you're not rounding, okay? That's real important. Keep that chest up. Engage those upper body muscles. You do a little hamstring curl if you want to. Good. Bend that knee. Again, if you're feeling any joint discomfort, what do? You reduce the range of motion. So maybe it just looks like this and I'm not leaning too far. 2 more. Last one coming up. All right, now bring that foot onto the board, just the toe, just the toe. All right, now lift and touch, balance. Now, here's what I want. If you feel like you can lift one hand up, do it. If you can lift the other hand up, do it. Keep that alignment square off. If you can goalpost, do it. Ooh, that's where it starts feeling in the ankle, doesn't it? A little bit of wobble down there is okay. Remember, your poles are just a movement away. Here we go, 4 more. 3, don't lift too high. 2, I don't know about you, but this leg's tired. All right, good job. Ease it out. So, I don't know if you remember, but we had our right foot up when we were doing that move. So next time through, it will be our left foot up. Keep that in mind. Let's go left, right, march. Other side. Back to our cardio minute. Choose your weapon. Shuffle, march, or even jog. It's up to you. You can hold on or not. And again, please feel comfortable taking the path of least intensity. That's fine. It's all about feeling good and progressing. And if you start off too hard, neither of those two things happen well. Chin and chest up. You're halfway there. 30 seconds. How'd that feel? Remember, 60 every 60. You could just stand up and do this for 60 seconds after 60 minutes of sitting too long. We got 15 seconds to go, so if you're gonna push it here. Four, three, two, one. All right, done. Step your foot up, left foot, find the balance point. All right, lean in, put some weight in those arms. Hamstring curl and down. I want you engaging. Now I'm still not going further than my poles. I'm lifting up and I'm leaning, doing a little hamstring curl, putting pressure on that front foot. Nice. Good. Lift it and then ground it. There's some of that weight through the arms. You got it. Whew, I don't know about you, but I'm building up some heat. I can feel my body temperature rising. Good. Keep going. You got about 10 more seconds of this strength move. One leg, lift, and curl if you like. Beautiful. 2 more. Last one. Now step back. Toe here. Here comes our balance. Try not to hold on too tight. Go back and think about your posture. Shoulders level, hips and pelvis level. If you can, try doing this without holding on. One hand. Try the other. And then if you really want to make it tough, try both. You can also move your arms a little bit. All of those things are ways to make it more difficult, with the point being that as soon as you start getting too wobbly, go back to the easier version. Nice. Good work, guys. We're almost there. We're rounding that minute. 2 more times. Last one. And let's shake it off. Ooh, I don't know which leg was more tired. How'd you feel on that? I felt great. Hope you did too. Okay, so now this next series, we're going to approach the board from a different angle. So we're going to turn side. You're still going to hold on. You're going to step up onto your board with the foot that's closest to you to the pole. And then you're going to grab the front pole and step up with the foot that's furthest back. All right. Now I know if your board is sideways, you're having to look at me. And that's okay. I'll show you what we're going to do. We're going to step the back foot forward and we're just going to rock forward and back. So once we get going and you're comfortable with this rocking pattern, just keep in mind that you can look forward is probably friendlier on your neck. So rock, forward, rock, back. Now as we're doing this, I want you to feel from your feet. Feel proprioception going on as you push the toe down on the front foot and the heel down on the back foot. But my body stays pretty much upright. Try to keep yours there too. Now, if letting go with that back hand is a little difficult, hold on with both if you need to. Rock forward and back. I want you to think about keeping that head high, that chest lifted, those knees bent. Good work. Now, let's take it a little faster. If you can, you're going to feel a lot of calf muscle working here. In 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now bring it to the center. Try to find the balance. Hold the balance. Try not to let the front or the back. See what you have to do. You might have to lift that back heel up. Hold it here. Surf it. Don't let the head get too far forward. As soon as the head goes forward, it definitely starts to throw your equilibrium off. So pull that head back over your shoulders. And then very gently start to pivot both toes to the front, and you'll be at a wide stance, maybe 2 and 2. and rise up and down. Find your balance first. There's mine. Here we go. Up. Well, that's hard, isn't it? It's okay. It's going to wobble around. That's your brain and body figuring out what has to happen. Maybe the feet are too wide and you need to bring them in a scooch. That's it. Chest down. Up, down, up, down. Good. Wiggle your fingers every once in a while. Now, if we want to add a little brain challenge to this, we can change our visual input. So, look right, left, right. That's hard to do at the same time, isn't it? So, if it doesn't feel right, don't do it. Or work it through and figure out what you need to do to keep that balance going. It's a lot of multitasking going on. Mine is rocking all over the place. Last one. There we go. All right. Ease it out. Whew. All right, we've got to turn this thing around. So, bottom out to the right, slide your feet together, and little tiny steps, turn it around. Hand on that front pole, leg furthest away from me, comes to forward position right on that red stripe, and we do that sailor rock forward and back, chest up, body strong. Feel that pressure as it rolls off the feet from toes to heels. Nice. Strong action, reaction. Reactive training is when your body takes over, your brain takes over and the body knows what to do. And some of it is learned, some of it is just with practice and forethought, really thinking, what am I feeling down there? Smoothing out the timing, keeping the control through the body. As we step forward down off the step, we want to make sure we're not going to tumble forward. So we have to engage that core, keep that head over the shoulders. And I know it's awful tempting, especially if you've got any visual impairment. You always tend to want to look down. That's the top of the tower, and you want to keep that tower up tall as much as possible. All right. Remember what we did next? We sped it up. You're going to feel this a lot in those lower leg muscles. Push and pull, push and pull. Good. You got it. Slow it down again. Nice work. Feel the heart rate elevate a little. Let's pivot, turn both feet. Get them in a nice, comfortable angle. And let's go back to that balance with calf raise exercise. Ooh, push up. Think about it. Think about keeping that board really level here. Nice and level. Excellent. Nice and level. Nice deep breaths. Excellent. Rise up, strengthen those calf muscles. Hold the top, a little balance point. Nice. 2 more. Last one. And then let's bottom down, step back, and shake out the hands, shake out the feet, get some water. Nice set there, guys, nice set. All right, how's everyone doing? All right, we're getting there. We've been going about 40 minutes now. So let's bring that energy down a little bit now. Let's stand nice and tall, and let's pull the shoulders back and down. Think about your posture. Think about your head alignment, your shoulders, your hips. We did a lot of calf work today, and I want to also get those shin muscles ready. So I want you to take the right foot up onto the center red. Bring it forward so that it's close to the ball in the front of your board there, the red ball. Now first, engage or tighten this outer hip and stabilize that body and leg. I know that's gonna take a little bit of time, so adjust it, and then push the ball with your foot, and then pull back as far as it'll go. Push, ooh, try to keep level, pull back. So the old proverbial pedal to the metal, down and up. See if you can squash that ball and then pull back, squash that ball. Now lots happening here. Your hip structure is having to stabilize your ankle on the standing leg, your calf as you push down, your shin as you pull back. Technically the tibialis anterior is the name of that muscle. I like to call it the toe picker upper. So important because it's one of the weaker muscles that we lose that neurological connection to. And when we're walking, if you don't pick those toes up, you're stumbling. So it could mean the difference between catching your foot on the carpet or not catching it on the carpet. All right, one more. And I'm leaning just slightly into this to get a good press. Now hold here, bend that leg behind you. It's getting really tired, I know. And pulse that toe up. Now, if this standing leg is starting to bow out at the hip or just get way too tired, take a break and shake your legs out. The rest of you, here we go. Going gets tough, get going. 4, pull it back. 3, 2, 1. Oh, let it off. Roll around on this side. Roll around on that side. Excellent job. But there are 2 legs, so we have to do the other one. So, put that foot forward. Line up your body so that this is stable on the outer thigh. Get that foot in striking distance of the red ball, and then push down and pull up. Now you can have a slight bend in this standing leg. Push down, pull up. Push down, pull up. Still being cognizant of that alignment. Head over shoulders, shoulders over hips. A little feeling of banding or engaging of those muscles around the torso, front, side, and back. Toe down, toe back. Push through the calf, pull back through the shin. Push and pull. Inhale and exhale. Ooh. Couple more. You can give a little more in that back knee as you push down. It just feels natural to do that. Last one. Push and hold it in the pull back. And now bend the standing leg to get a little ease and pull back on that toe. Hopefully you can see that movement. Let me turn to the side so it's a little more evident. Toe is pulling back. Shin is working. That's nice. Keep going. Pull, 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 pull. 4, 3, 2, 1. And circle around in the hip here. And this brings us to my favorite part of most sessions, which is the relaxation and the cool down section, okay? So let's put the feet together. Let's take a nice deep breath. Let's inhale, and as you inhale, lift the sternum just slightly towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, sit the hips back towards the wall behind you. Inhale, lift the sternum. Make sure you keep tension across that belt line so you don't overarch the lower back. And then push through the hips with a nice slow exhale. In our final portion of class, it's about slowing down and re-energizing the body with deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. Try to practice a more concentrated breath flow. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth or mouth and nose. Now, as we're doing this, try to increase the range of motion of the hips. So let the hips push forward a little bit as your sternum lifts up. and then let them sit back a little further and your back come a little flatter and lower on the way down. Do one more of these. Hopefully these are feeling great and stretching that back side of your body as well as the front as the hips come forward. And then push back. All right, now we're going to face side again. So hold on to the handle. Take the leg that's closest to your board and bottom out the front side. You're in a lunge. All right? So I want you to hold here in the lunge and bend the back leg and then press it down. We're really gonna, I told you I promised you some nice stretches for the low leg muscles, feet and ankles. As you're here, I want you to think about peeling the heel and the bottom of the foot up and then pressing it firmly back to the ground. Peel it up, press it down. Peel it up, press it down. One more time. Peel it up, hold it. Now, open that other arm out and feel the stretch across your chest. Hold it here, bend that front knee, push your hip and tailbone under a little bit and look up and lift up. And feel a long stretch all the way down the arm through the torso into the hip flexor, that hip, giant strong hip muscle in the back. Nice deep breath. Let that arm come down. Lean in a little bit and scooch that back foot closer so that you're more balanced as you step the foot off and transition to the other side. Again, foot closest to the board is up on the edge, bottomed out. Step back to where you feel a little bit of a stretch in that thigh here. Bend the leg and extend. Now, if you're not feeling any sensation of stretch on the back calf, it just probably means that you could have a little bigger stride or space between the front and back leg. Find that right spot for you to feel the stretch as you roll through the muscles of the feet. Think about it. Notice how just putting your mind on it, boy, you can feel those muscles under the foot to the toes and back down to the heel. Good job. Chin and chest are up. Let's hold this one in the down. Stay there and stretch for a second. Take that arm and open it out to the side. Feel a nice stretch across the chest. Bring it up overhead. Bend that back knee. Now, if you need to reposition that front foot at any time, if it slides too far forward, make those adjustments. Drop and tuck the hips under a little bit. Lift the arm up. Feel that nice long stretch through the torso down to the hip. Hang on for balance. Pull in with the abdominal muscles slightly. Keep the lower back from overarching. Let the arm come down slowly. Scoot the back leg in slowly. Feet are pretty much parallel and bring it to center. All right, back to center. Find a comfortable stance, neutral position. Feet under the hips, hips under the shoulders, head right over the shoulders. Ear to shoulder stretch right. Gentle. Let that left side just stretch and release. Switch sides. Let the right side stretch and release. Slow and gentle into and out of the stretches, okay? And then let's half circle roll. Down, the chin comes towards one shoulder. Down, the chin goes to the other shoulder. If this move makes you feel a little bit dizzy or a little loss in equilibrium, just keep the head center and don't drop the chin and look side to side. Some of this feels great. Other people might have some issues and it makes them feel a little too wobbly. So do your best. Bring it back to the center and start shrugging the shoulders. Kind of the reverse of our warm-up, right? And then from here, let one arm come up. Pull like it was being tractioned out of the shoulder girdle. And come down and pat yourself on the back. Good job. And bring it down. Other side. Reach up, pull a traction towards the ceiling. Come down, pat yourself on the back. And then release. Now, walk your feet back a little bit. Bring them back far enough so that you feel comfortable walking your hands down to about the mid, not quite mid-range, maybe the first third of the pool. Try to scoot your feet back and get your back long. Let me show you from the side position, okay? You want to have a long line through your spine as you're holding your poles. Hold that stretch, feel it in the hamstrings. Now round the back up like an angry cat, and then push it down flat. Holding on to your poles for stability, up through the spine, and flat. Inhale on the up. Exhale on the down. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Nice back stretch and hamstring and glute. Step in. Stay tall. Readjust and realign. I want you to picture in your mind's eye your head stacked right over your shoulders over your hips, level shoulders, arms out to the side. And then as long as you're comfortable letting go, we'll do both hands. If not, we'll do several reps and I'll have you switch. Here we go. Inhale, thumbs come up and meet over the head. Exhale, let them float down. Again, inhale. One arm version. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You should be feeling like your arm is a plumb line coming up the side of your body, intersecting the head and coming back down to your hip. 2 more times. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last one. Breathe deep. Fill up those lungs. Exhale down. Cross the arms over the chest if you can. Lift the elbows to stretch. Drop the elbows down. Lift the elbows to stretch. Drop down. Bring them up. Interlace the fingers. Press through to stretch those fingers. All that gripping going on. And once again, if you need to hold on, just spread those fingers wide. Do the other hand as well. Take the hands down to your side, roll around, and bring the hands to the center. Feel good about your workout today, and join me again next Wednesday. Thank you, and I hope you had a great 60 up workout. Take care.